Jack it up.
No way.
What is up, everybody? Oh my goodness. Welcome back. It is time for a little bit of gametography. Man, I am trying to get my audio back in here, and it does not want to work because this is a very quiet time. But let's see if we can add something here. Maybe this one? Nope. That's okay. Because desktop audio should be working, but it's not. Alright, no worries. We just won't have any music tonight, which is okay. So, first off, I want to thank everybody for popping on in. I got a couple of viewers that are in. I don't know who, because you haven't said hi yet. You gotta say hi. But until you say hi, I want to give a shout out to everybody that followed in June. Verubix, thank you. Harleen69Q, thank you. Blue Screens, thank you. Kazat, Best Elite Wolf, those are two of my Overwatch buddies. Paradox Whispers, Awesome Sauce, Lady Snipe Shot, Hollywood Bones, Red Hood Media, Kenneth Carnes. This is since June, by the way, I should say, because some of these just the other day. Sheldor 4000, Vetstone, Goth Bay, Cable, TK, and Ed Placencia, or E Placencia. Thank you so much for the follow. And then I want to give a special shout out to Geeky for resubbing and Jockalot for subbing for the first time. Geeky has subbed consistently for 6 months. Thank you. It really helps. It helps me to know that I'm on the right track and doing what I'm doing. Tell your friends, tell your wives, tell your kids. Go ahead and do a sub. But tonight, guys, it is about gametography. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be doing... Hey, thanks, Jock. Appreciate it. But tonight, what I'll be doing is I'll be doing some live gametography. And the challenge that I'm going to be doing for myself is I'm going to find a shot, like a scene, a frame in Hellblade here, and then I'm going to take that that frame, and I'm going to see what I can get done as far as getting the shots in within an hour. All right, how many shots can I get out of this one frame within an hour? Now, the next hour I'll be doing some editing, and if you've got questions about what I'm doing, Jock a lot with the bits. Oh man, thanks, bro. Appreciate you so much. That's freaking fantastic. All right, but wow, I was taken aback by that, and something should be popping up on my screen, but it's not when I get bits and when I get subs. I don't know why. But we are going to go back into here. All right, and we're going to exit photo mode. All right. Now I can't hear what's going on, so I'm going to transfer over to Hellblade. I think I want to start right here. I think this is what I want to do. All right. So this is the frame I'm going to be working with, guys. All right. So I think we'll start with a standard portrait. Maybe Senua looking off to the side. All right. So we will get that framed up. All right. We're going to get that all framed up. Boy, hold on. All right. And let's get that focus going, huh? Alrighty. So yeah, so I have not. For those of you who have played Senua, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice, you know, I am not far at all in this game. So right now we're just gonna get that focus just right. Make sure that front eye is there, and then we'll play around with this aperture. We want her nose and eyes to be in focus. All right. So there's that. Let's hide this UI. I dig that one. I dig it. It's a very simple portrait. All right. All right. Now, there's a lot of emotions going on in here, and that's really what I want to capture. Right now I just have a good portrait of a game character, but is that helping us to feel what's going on with that game character? I don't think so. Oh man, I want desktop audio to be working. Let's get the desktop audio to work. Where are you, desktop audio? Why aren't you even here? Properties. Okay. Let's get this desktop audio to go, guys. Alright, that's not working. There it is. Get a little music going behind there. There you go. Alright, let's get back into this. So like I was saying, guys, and let me know if the music is too loud. I think for a background. So like I was saying, this is a great, it's a good portrait, right? But let's get some of this emotion. These emotions that are going on here is fear and sadness and despair. So let's see if we can capture some of that. in what's going on here. With a little bit of hope. I can... Oop, oh boy. I can sense a little bit of hope. But... Alright. So let's do a little bit of hope. Alright, it's not quite hope there. Okay, this right here, we might be able to get a little bit of fear. And some of it's going to come from after I'm done editing as well. So there's that. Let's get that focus back, shall we? I like the distance here. It looks like there's an effect on, but it's not. It's a little much. Here we go. Alrighty. Let's go. That might be it. Let's take a look. What do you guys think? Maybe a little lower. And around. Oh, almost. There's almost fear. Fear's almost there. No, need those trees. There we go. Alright. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, guys? I think it got tweeted out, but I'm part of a couple of Discords that I'm going to put this into. Let's see here. Gametography process live. HTTP Twitch.tv/badgamer elite. Put that there. All right, we'll get right back into this, folks. Just want to put this out there a little bit. There we go. one more place. There we go. Alright. I'm back, folks. Alright. Let me just check that camera. It looks like I'm a little short in that camera. Oh, that was just when I was typing. Alright. So, yeah. So if you guys have questions, go ahead and throw them in the chat. But we've got this going on here. So that's my fear. It's a fear one. Alright. Let's see here. I'd like to get details. Let's get some details. We don't have to move close because we can zoom in. I like this. I don't know what this is. I don't know what would you call that, but it's a brooch or some sort of thing there. Let's focus in on that. Nope, not getting clearer. Detail there. What I found is sometimes once you get it, you have to move forward or back to mess around with it. Here we go. Now we can mess around with this focus just a little bit more. Whoa. What happened there? That was weird. That was really weird. Alright, let's move back a little bit, I think. That is so weird. If I move back. This is a tough one, guys. I'm just learning the tools in this, so. Maybe I'll just do this. It's hard to get that focus. Bump up that. Let's see what we get here. I'm gonna bring this up just a little. Oh, I'm seeing something here. Let's zoom just a little. Alright, let's work on that focus. Whoa. We lost that focus fast. Wow, we lost focus fast there, guys. That was crazy sauce. let's roll this. Let's see what we can get with this roll. Get a vertical, huh? But now I want to pull my zoom back out. Movement. Now this is where it gets tricky. It's a little tricky when you're doing this one. Did I lose her? Might have lost her. Nope. Here we go. You know, I don't like it. Okay, we're gonna keep going. I know I said I was gonna stay in that one. All right, and I can't hear anything that's going on. Hey, Godric, what's up, buddy? I'm playing Senua's Sacrifice for the first time, sort of, but mainly in Gametography. I'm looking for a crouch. All right, so. Here we go. Let's get low. Here we go. All right. I think so. Yeah, I think it was. The last picture I posted was from Hellblade. So we're gonna widen this out just a little bit and then move it. I'm gonna do this, move it up a hair. There we go. All right. I think this is the spot where we're gonna just try to take a bunch of photos just based off of this. All right. So I did a portrait of her, so let's kind of do a little bit more of a wide. Okay, framing, focus. I'm going to try to focus more so close up. And if we bring that aperture back down so we have less in focus, it helps us to know where we're actually focusing. All right, I think I'm getting more of the background. We'll go here. That way I can see it just a little bit better. But yeah, Godric, I do believe that the last one was from Hellblade. Nope, wrong way. Alright, here we go. Alright, so there's one. I'm going to tilt this camera down just a hair. Let me just double check that. That's a little much. Here we go, that works. Alright. There's my max ceiling there. I like this one. Let's take a look at the puddles, guys. I mean, as far as we can go, anyways. Look at this here. This looks a little wonky, but I'm going to do it anyway. Alright, so you see how the perspective is a little weird there? This is where I'm going to have to play around with the zoom a little bit, because I'm not a fan of that perspective. Let's do movement. And I'm not using Franz Boma tools yet. I love his tools, don't get me wrong. Absolutely love this, the work he's put into those. But right now I'm just using the in-game camera and tools. You know what? Let's do... Okay. And then... bring that focal distance back up a little bit. Right about there, huh? Boost that aperture a hair. Let's see what it looks like all the way down, though. I don't like it all the way down. Bring it up some. Right there. Here we go. Alrighty. I did this already. Right. You know what? I want to get her headdress a little bit better. Let's get the focus going. Can I get it? No, no. If I mess with the aperture, I probably could. Okay. We're gonna do a little bit more with the movement. Let's go out more. Zoom it in. I might have to do it in crop after. Yeah, because it can only do but so much. Nothing that speaks to me. Why is she there? Because I don't want the image to be about, hey, here's the character, but where's the character's motivation? You know, and I know I haven't played much, but I do know a little bit. No. slowing down a lot because I'm streaming at the same time, guys. Alright. You know what? I think you've been doing this one for about 37 minutes. Let's move. We're going to move to a different game. Alright. So I'll do some more Gametography with that. Give me a second, I'm going to pull up another game here, guys. So, what we ultimately are going to do tonight is we are going to we're going to go through some photos and kind of show you my editing process. But as we're doing that, as we're waiting for the other game to come in, this is the game that I have the most images in. About 1,100 in Horizon Zero Dawn. This is one of my earliest photos, and I think everybody that has played Horizon Zero Dawn has captured this image. That's the one thing I've noticed about this game. This is one that everybody gets. And this was early in my doing some of the dedicated photo mode stuff. Right. So what I do want to do though, here's another one. Alright. Another one that I did in Horizon Zero Dawn. We're waiting for the other program to come up. Shouldn't be more than a little minute here. But I am going to add those Hellblade photos I just took to the collection in Lightroom. So I'm going to cut that. Put those in the folder for Hellblade. And I'll come back over to Lightroom here. We're going to add photos. I browsed for them. The last one I happened to use was Hellblade. Oh, come on. There we go. And what I do is, just because I forget what I have done, I select all of them. And then I go review for import. And it's going to pull up everything that I just took, but it's going to also say, hey, these are ones you already have in a folder or already in the database. So, oh wait, and I'll add these. Godric, my volume or? And I'll double check that real quick here. All right, that should probably be a lot better. And I'll turn the music volume up just a little bit too. Hey, thanks Yeah, that's one of my early ones from of Aloy. But I'm gonna add in to my OBS another screen. All right. Here we go. And we will jump into... let me know if that volume's any better for you. Okay, there it is. All right. We'll turn the music down since this game is going to actually have music playing. All right. We're gonna get some gametography done in kind of the same concept, just going through, picking a scene and getting as many photos as we can from that one scene in Assassin's Creed Origins. All right. Checking for additional content. Now, I picked up Assassin's Creed Origins on the PC because everybody was saying, oh, hold on. It's fine. All right. Everyone was saying that everything looks so much better on PC, and I got the opportunity to pick it up for $15, so I did. And I have it on the Xbox One, and I'm much further on the Xbox One. And it's going to be glitchy, but we're basically just using it for gametography today. So I'm not really going into the story. Not too much. I didn't know this one. Layla has hacked the Animus control panel, allowing her to enter a simulation and experience alternate set of events. So hopefully this should be loading pretty soon. So, but thank you everybody for hanging out. Ready to take some notes. Yeah, as soon as it loads, buddy. Here we go. Like I said, man, today is it's just about the gametography piece, not the gameplay piece. I'm going to eat some of my Dairy Queen. There we go. It's all soupy now. All right. I don't like this outfit, so I am going to run at my 10 frames per second. It's super low. All right, so it's over this way. Let's see if I can got enough to get a new outfit. No, I'm just gonna use the one that's built in. We're going to go for Marauder's Garb. And Protector. Alright. Alright. Yeah. Gear. Outfit. I'm gonna go with the Marauder's Garb just because it looks a little cooler. Make sure the hood is on. And we will do swords. All right. Oops, sorry. Oh, not that. Sorry. So here we are in our photo mode. All right. And we're going to zoom in. We're going to get some details. Like this right here. Now, it is very out of focus. All right, now we hold still. Here we go. It's really laggy, guys. We might just need to go straight into editing. Yeah, we're going to go straight into editing because I don't want you guys to have to suffer through this. Wow. That was crazy laggy. So let's just get into some of the photo editing piece, huh? All right. I did take some in on the PC in Assassin's Creed today. Not very many, but I did take some. And we'll edit in we'll edit some in Lightroom today. All right. So let's start with this one here. I did some editing earlier just by cropping because at one point in time I had it set where I could see the frame rate and I was really disappointed in the frame rate, so I'm going to crop that out. All right. Oh, really? Yeah, I'm very much about the details. Okay. So, don't get me wrong, this image looks nice. It's a good image. I just know that so much more can be brought out of this image. So what I'm going to do, I like to bring the highlights down and the shadows up to start. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to bring them down. I know kind of where I like to have them. I like to have them around 70, 75 for the highlights to start. I'm going to bring the shadows up about 70, 75. Now it's important to keep an eye on the. This is Lightroom, Godric, and I use Lightroom Mobile as well. So I really dig those. The whole Lightroom setup. This histogram can tell you a lot. I edit almost entirely off of this histogram. Your whites are going to be over here. Your highlights are going to be about here. Your midtones or your exposure is going to be right about here. Your shadows are going to be right about here. And your blacks are going to be on this end. So we can see that not everything's touching that black end. So we're going to bring the blacks down some. Then I'm going to bring my whites up just a little bit. All right. Then my exposure, I'm going to bring my exposure, specifically my reds / oranges, to the middle. I might give it a little bit of contrast here. And a lot of people will call that good. Right? I mean, there's our original and that. So it's slightly different, right? But I'm not done. I don't do a lot with color, but I will bring my vibrance, this is the standard for me, up to 15, and my saturation to 10. Alright. Now there might be some colors in here I really want to work with, but I don't right now. So there to there. Right, there to there. And you can see just by doing that, it's even sharper. Like like if you look at the details, specifically right here, it looks like a little bit more detailed because we mess with the lighting. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come over to my clarity. Clarity, I don't want to boost too much. I'm only going to boost that by 10. My dehaze only by 15. All right. So again, starting out to now, looks even more like just a photo. Helps bring out that shallower depth of field for a wide anyway. Now, this is a personal preference. I know that Ghost in the Camera and I both like to do a little bit of vignette. And if you notice, that helps bring out a little bit in this case anyway. Oops. A little bit more in the sky. Right? And in the vignette, you can pull your midpoint down just a little. I do. In my roundness, not my roundness, my feather, I bring up a little bit. So again, from here to here, here to here. And again, this is my personal preference. I like to edit. I mean, that's what I do for a living. I edit photos, and video. So I'm used to doing things like this. Now, some people, they like to play around with sharpening. I'm not a huge sharpening guy. I might go 10 to 30, somewhere in there. But I'm going to bring it down to 18. But I don't want everything sharpened. Because right now everything is having that deal. Yeah, exactly. They do get washed out. I mask my my sharpening. So what I do is I want to make sure just the outline, just the outer edges of everything get sharpened. Now, that might not be where I want to leave it. I'm going to bring it back to here. A little bit of sharpening. So here to there, guys. And that was me going slow. I think this might have taken me maybe 2-3 minutes to do this one. So there's that. Get a drink of water. All right. So there it is. And that's something I might post. Let's do it again. Let's walk through this. First thing I do is I work with the lighting, because any image is all about the lighting and how the lighting is hitting the subject. All right. So my highlights I bring down 75. My shadows I bring up 75. So my whites are kind of fine, right? So I'm going to start by bringing my blacks down. And that might be a little much. Okay. I'll bring my whites up a little bit. Give it about 10 in contrast. And my exposure is going to come down just a hair. All right, so just in dealing with lighting, we went from this to this. So even though I haven't touched anything with color, I've got, it looks like I did. It looks like a very subtle color change. So we're gonna bring our vibrance to 15 and our saturation to 10. And again, from this to this. It's just, and if you look at the histogram, it's got that nice flow. I mean, it's a good flow. Let's go into effects. My clarity, give that 10. My dehaze 15. And you can check it out and play around with whatever you think works. I think for this one I'm going to do a -20, so it's just a little bit more on that vignette. My midpoint to there, and I'm going to feather it all the way up. All right. The colors pop out in the photo, looks even more realistic. Yeah, it runs against Lightroom and ACO images from PS4. You know what? I'll do some from the PS4 too. I have some from the PS4. But let's do our detail before I do that. The sharpening, we'll bring it to about 30. And we'll do this masking. I'm holding down Alt as I do the masking. And you notice right up here, you see these lines up top here? That tells me I'm getting a little bit of banding. So I don't want that to be sharp. I don't want the banding to be sharp. I do want those fine lines to be sharpened. All right. So there we go. Started here, ended here. Start, end. All right. Now the one thing everybody was saying was that the eagle here looks so much more realistic in on PC. So we're gonna do one here. Highlights -75. Shadows 75. Oh. All right, now looks like to me the whites need to come up. So we're going to bring that to the edge. Everything else looks good. I'm going to actually give this one 15 for a little bit more contrast. And I'm going to skip around because I know I don't need to do color just yet. I do want to have my clarity up. Oh, no, not 15. 10 for clarity. 15 for dehaze. Let's do this sharpening thing. And we're going to mask that out. And I suppose we could do a little bit of color. Now you gotta know, I'm a very literal photographer. I take what's there. I don't do a whole lot of extra there. So this is, like, I would leave my images just like this. And by the way, this one started here, went to here. Started here, went to here. Alright. But some you can play around with. Here, let's go to ACO for my console. This is for the Xbox One. And some of these I've edited already. Others I have not. Like this one, I don't have edited. Now, it's not a bad photo. I mean, it works. But let's check it out again. Playing around with lighting and contrast. So I'm going to bring my highlights down and my shadows up. That alone gives us more detail here. Right? It's not great, but it gives us more detail. So we're going to bring our whites to the edge. And I'm going to bring my exposure down a little. Right about there. We'll contrast that up a little bit. We'll give that 15 contrast. Bring the blacks down just a hair. Now, color-wise, I know it's evening and it's a cooler tone, but I'm not that guy. I like my colors just a little bit warmer. Okay, so let's boost that vibrance and the saturation. We didn't do anything with dehaze and clarity. Dehaze and clarity are my secret weapons, guys, just so you know. Detail. We don't want everything sharp, so we're going to bring it down to where it's pretty much her and the edges of the clouds. Alright, now I'm not done. I want that sunset to pop. So I'm going to go to my orange here and I'm going to saturate it just a little bit more. Go to my purples, Saturate that just a little bit more. Not too much. Because if you go too far in, you see how it gets all up in here. Ugh. Just gotta be careful with it. Reds. Okay. My blues, though, I'm not going to worry about saturation with them. I am going to bring my blues down just a little there. As far as lumens. All right. So we went from here to here. Show you that again. From here to here. I dig it. What do you guys think? I love to see it on my phone too. So that's what I'm looking at right now. All right. This is one that I did. Everything's edited already. It's another one I did here. I haven't touched this one. She went swimming. I didn't like the glossiness on her face there. It's another one that I did here. But there is there's a game that I did some work in that I'm going to come at in a little bit. But let's jump to some of these Hellblade photos that I took today. All right. That's one that I took today. That one there. Oh, the one that you probably saw today in the chat, Godric, was, where are you? I don't know where you went. I don't know. Wow. It's gotta be around here somewhere. Oh, here it is, right here. That's the one you saw today in the daily. Alright, so I took some a little bit more emotional ones today. I edited this one today. That's the one we took earlier in the stream. That's one of the ones we took early in the stream. We took this one earlier in the stream too. This one too. Let's start with this one. Now to me, it looks like it's a little slanted. So that's where we go into crop. And I'm gonna auto straighten. Call it good there. And again, so bright here, a little bit washed out here, good color here, it's dark here. That's the process that I use, tends to help out with that a little bit. So again, we're going to start with the lighting. Highlights we're going to bring down. Shadows we're going to bring up. And zero low, and you get more of a HDR, a high dynamic range image. Just with those two things done. So here, I get more, here, I'm pointing at the screen, and here you get a little bit more detail in the sky, right? And here you get a little bit more detail down here. We still need to work with it though. Bring the blacks down a little bit, whites up a little bit. Now I'm trying to decide where I want my mids to go. They might have been fine where they were. Get a little contrast in there. Now because my main thing that I'm looking at right now is lighting, I'm gonna go into effects, clarity at 10, to haze at 15. All right, and that vignette, it's a little much for a vignette, but I'm going to do about 20. Bring the midpoint in, round this up. Sorry, feathering up. All right, and then bring in some color in. So we went from here, from here to here, from here to here. Now, I still think I can play around with it a little bit more. So I'm going to bring this brush. I'm going to play around with the brush. I'll leave the sharpness at 0. That was the last thing that I worked with. So I'm using the brush here, and I should probably at some point so see where I'm masking. Alright, but while we're here, let's bring this exposure down from what I just did. And let's work on just that area. And that right there, I noticed that there's some here, a little bit of overflow. There we go. All right. Now, from the right side, the left side here over to here, I think I want to gradually have this like work in some contrast here. So let's do a linear gradient. Oh, let's get rid of that. Bring this in. Boy. Let's do that there. And I'm going to call that one good. Although, I'm still not 100% on the mountain. On this piece here. Sometimes it's best just to come back. Let's do a portrait. All right. All right, there we go. Sorry, my daughter just called me or texted me. I had to answer her. All right. You know what? I'm gonna boost this saturation of the blue. I'm just gonna butcher that. And bring it down the luminescence just a little bit. All right, so that's before I do any editing. I just did that. I usually don't do that, but we're gonna play around. Going out of order of what I usually do. Well, that's a lot. That's quite a bit. I'm going to bring the blacks down horribly just to see what that looks like. Never be afraid to just try stuff, guys. Control Z is your friend. Those shadows are too far up. Alright, we're gonna do a little bit of this. The detail in here is already fantastic. I really don't need to sharpen much at all, if at all. And from here to here. All right. Let's do another. Oh, here's something that is always great. Here we go. Photo. Copy edit settings. Basically the same lighting. Photo. Paste edit settings. Virtually the same. Now here's the problem with this though. That color, I'm bringing that blue back down. And we just made it easy. There it is. But I can take you guys on a... Oh, that's right. I wanted to show you the one that I've been really playing in, having a great time. Gravity Rush 2. Guys, I have 176 photos out of Gravity Rush 2. This is my street photography simulator. Pretty much. So I thought maybe we should edit a couple in here today. Just show you a little bit of what I've been doing in Gravity Rush 2. Again, it's just, she's got a little camera, which I think looks like a medium format camera. And lots of just fun stuff. I think I'm going to edit this one. This is where I'm going to go today. Alrighty. So we'll start here. Now, this is one where I actually don't do a whole lot to it. I like the way that it automatically just does things. But I will apply my standards to it. Minus. There we go. Like I said, I don't do too much in this because I like the way that it turns out. All right. But there's a ton that I've done for like just the street photography feel here. Let's find another one. Oh, my favorite model here, the duck. I spent more time with this duck than I probably should have. I love that one. All right, so we got a little bit of glitch throughs on this one. I was trying to get this person, they wouldn't move over. So this is the best one that I got here. All right. I played around a little in Destiny 2 ages ago. This is from my Xbox when I rented it. It didn't stick really. Alright, I got some from Disney Infinity. But let's do some editing from God of War. 326 photos. I'm sure we can find something. Do some edits in God of War. I'm going to go to my later God of War stuff. Once they had a real photo mode. Let's see here. Huh. Did I edit this already? Yeah, I edited this one already. Let's do this one. A little bit more of a landscapey. Crop that down just a hair. Then we can get on with editing. Because the histogram would include that black piece. So we want to make sure that we don't, like if we need it, unless we really need to, don't include extra black border or white border because it'll throw the histogram off. And if that's what you're editing off of, that's bad. Alright. We need to bring the blacks way down. Right there. White. Up. And then exposure. We're going to bring the exposure A little bit of curviness to that. Again, already looking so much better. Let's see here. Dehaze. Alright. Let's boost some color. Woo! I'm getting tired, guys. Jesse! How's it going, buddy? Finally got Lightroom to work right where you guys can actually see the editing process now. I'm going to bring those greens down. Yeah, we're just doing some Gametography edits. I actually did some creation earlier, and then I just brought him in and doing some edit and showing some edit time. Let's see here. All right, so I think let's have a look at that, huh? I dig it. Before, after. I like it. I like it. All right. Let's do another one. Now, lately, this has been crashing my... Yep, it's gonna crash. It's been crashing my Lightroom to go into presets. Let's bring that back up. Give me just one sec, guys. We'll have that right back up. There it is. Oh, and we're in Horizon Zero Dawn. I guess we could probably do some. I haven't edited any Horizon Zero Dawn in a long time. Let's go to our latest stuff. All right. Oh, I just saw that Mizgo is playing Kerbal. That's actually a game he won for being a sub here. Actually, every month, I have a collection of old PC games, not old PC games, but PC codes from Steam or Humble Bundle, sorry, and I give one of those away every month. To subs. So we do a little spinny wheel, and it's all kind of fun. Right. So looking good. So that's really my process, guys. You can see how that helps enhance the photo. I don't go for anything crazy. I don't do a whole lot of crazy anything. So it's just super simple. And it shows. Alright guys, well thank you so much for hanging out. I think I'm going to call it a night. This has been a lot of fun. Friday we're doing the Jackbox party again. So show up Friday night, we'll do some Jackbox. Mondays we've been doing some Duke Box Mondays for Overwatch. So that's been a good time. Alright everybody, thanks for hanging out. Bad Gamers Unite. Remember, if I can do it, you can do it. Peace.